So this is a great way to work on developing that single leg stability. I can do it as an isometric, where I'm holding the position, trying to master it, make sure I'm good. I can do it where I'm moving the ball. And so the point of resistance changes, making it a little bit harder as I go through the range of motion. All right, so Vertimax Raptor, what do we do with it? Let's find out. Today we are looking at the Vertimax Raptor. So this is a device by Vertimax that's meant to be portable. A lot of times you see me working on the Vertimax platform, the V8, the larger thing that athletes can jump on top of. Here we're utilizing the Raptor. This is a smaller portable device. It has 2 cables. So if you wanted to work with 2 athletes at a time or 1 athlete using both cables, you could. But I'm going to show you how you can use this outdoors today for different drills. Now, when we're using the Raptor, there's a couple things we want to make sure that we're aware of. Number one, you have to have somewhere to mount it to. Now, I'm at a park here with a basketball court, and the cool thing about this is it has a fence surrounding the court. So I'm going to use these attachments here, these hooks, to kind of mount it to the fence and show you how you can mount it up to give yourself a stable base of support to keep this where it's supposed to be, and your athletes can do their drills, whether it's working on defensive movement, ball handling, whatnot. So yeah, I'm not really going to go over any specific drill today. I'm just going to kind of show you some things you can do with it, how to set it up. And if you're a trainer that works with athletes, either outdoors, doing one-on-one sessions, or maybe even a coach that wants to add this to your sessions, why this is helpful, because I think it's helpful for me. All right, so I brought the Raptor out. So the Raptor's cool. Let's put it up on the fence behind me. So when I'm using the Raptor, you want to make sure, number one, you know where you're going to put it at, find a good space, trying to plan out your practice, your workout, so that you can optimally utilize your space without having to move stuff around all the time. So I put it here on the wall behind me. And to show you what I was talking about before, you're going to have them here, but I didn't put them down here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 attachments you can put to, and notice how it just kind of, it easily attaches to a fence. Now on each side you have 2 cables. So I've got one on this side and one over here. Now with this side over here, the cables have another anchor attachment. So I'll kind of lock that into where I want it to be. And so that will always be there. And then the same thing over here. So now your cables have an attachment. So really it's not going anywhere. I can take these cables and move out, and that Raptor is going to stay where it is. All right, now let me show you the attachment I'm going to use with it. All right, so I'm throwing something different at you today. I'm going to use what's called a ball attachment. Now this is, let me get closer. So as you can see, it's kind of this like strap that you have to deflate the basketball. You put the basketball in, you reinflate the basketball, and then it's into this strap here. Now it's a ball attachment because this is an attachment with a ball inside that you can attach to something, typically like a cable or a strap or resistance band. So this is not a Vertimax specific accessory. Like, you're not going to find this on their website. You'll have to go to, like, I think ballattachment.com to find it. The guy that actually made these, he's a basketball trainer for NBA players. So yeah, I use 12 of these. But yeah, I'll put a link in the description as well, so you can get these if you're looking to. But here's something you can do with a ball attachment as like a warm-up, or something to help your players perform better movement or speed and agility. I'm not going to go through specific workouts and tell you exactly like reps and sets, but I'll just kind of show you some things you can do with a ball attachment when you use your Raptor here at the park. So you'll take the clip right here, and all you'll do is, you've got 2. You've got one over here that has 2 basically anchor points, and then you have one over here 1. I'll just put the one on 2 because I think that's a little more stable. Now a couple things, make sure your athletes, let's see, I have the cable attached to it already, and again, the resistance is pretty good. Make sure your athletes do not stick their fingers into these things. Like, they'll maybe like do this because they think they're going to get better grip, it's easier to hold. If this goes away and their finger's inside, there goes their finger. So make sure they're holding it like this. They've got their thumb and their finger on both sides of the attachment here, so it kind of offers that brace so it's not going anywhere, and the other hand on the other side. So I'm going to do something like a lateral shuffle. So I'll just kind of stand here. Now the good thing about Vertimax with their cables is the resistance is really consistent. So unlike normal resistance bands, where if you keep moving out, you're going to feel like it gets harder and harder every step, the resistance stays consistent all the way through the movement, and as I go back, I'm getting the same thing. So this is a great way to work on kind of activation, stability, core strength as well. I'm doing anti-rotational work, so as I'm moving, the cable wants me to turn back this way, but my body's fighting it, especially the side that's towards the Raptor. I'll do that, and then maybe I'll flip it over here, and I'll do the same thing. Again, kind of doing my lateral shuffle or push to base and then back. If you want to speed it up to where they can kind of go faster, all right, maybe you add up a couple, then make sure they do it on both sides. But this is a great way to get into that. Another thing you can do with this is when you're talking about single leg stability or just split stance stability. In basketball, we're in this position a lot. These split stances, attacking off the first step, getting to the rim. You know, a lot of those Euro steps players like to do. We're always landing on a single leg. So this is a great way to work on developing that single leg stability. I can do it as an isometric, where I'm holding the position, trying to master it, make sure I'm good. I can do it where I'm moving the ball. And so the point of resistance changes, making it a little bit harder as I go through the range of motion. Again, change it up the same way. I can add a rotation to it. So say I'm here, I can rotate towards it and then back. So that really challenges more stability as well. I can even make it to where I can be a little more explosive, where I can bounce side to side, right? Now, one thing you have to remember is because the Raptor has resistance, when I move away from the Raptor, I'm fighting the resistance. So I'm working on generating additional force to really get away from the Raptor itself. So we're working on explosiveness. Going back towards the Raptor, or if you're using a Vertimax platform, it's offering what we call assistance. So it's helping you go back to where you started quicker. So you're gonna be a little bit faster. Now in that case, it's less about the power and speed you're focusing on. It's more about your landing and deceleration. So if I'm doing this, and say I'm going one at a time, boom, I'm working on stabilizing and I'm going back. That's gonna make it a little bit harder because now this thing is gonna pull me back faster. It's gonna make it to where it challenges my ability to land. So those are the areas you wanna have. Now because the Raptor offers consistent resistance, you're not worried about like it freaking out athletes as if they were using just a regular resistance band. And then again, do the same thing on both sides. But that's just something real quick I wanted to show you. I'll do some more workouts on the Raptor and kind of show you some things you can use with it. So if you think that it's gonna be helpful and you know what you're doing with it, it's right there for you. Make your own decision, all right? But I'm a fan. Anyways, that's it. Raptor out.